morning and shalom. Tonight we continue to look at the first chapter of John, and we're going to pick up in John chapter 1 verses 4 through 9. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness did not comprehend it. There was a man sent from God whose name was John. He came as a witness to testify about the light, so that all might believe through him. He was not the light, but he came to testify about the light. There was the true light, which, coming into the world, enlightens every man. The Apostle John continues to allude to the Torah's creation narrative. In his first act of creation, God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. The Targums, which were mostly written in Aramaic for the mainstream Jewish population during John's time, also known as the Memra. The word is also known as the Memra, okay, in Aramaic. All right? Also, too, this is the same word that is used in the Hebrew known as dibber, which also means word as well. So I'll be using those terms interchangeably along with logos as well, which is the Greek for word. So what we see in these verses that the Targums depict the Memra, the dibber, or the word of the Lord, shining in the darkness of creation. John tells us that the Word was life and light for humanity, like the light shining in the darkness. John likens the Word, the divine agent of God's creation and action, to the initial light of the first day of creation. If the Word is the light, God is the luminary from which the Word shines forth. Just as light is the extension of a luminary, the Word, or the Logos, or the Memra, or the Dibber, is the extension of God in His speech indeed. Now, in the Gospel of John, the divine light from the first day of creation shines once more into the darkness of the world of men, thereby signifying a new creation. Themes of light and dark, illumination and blindness run throughout the Gospel of John as he identifies Jesus, or Yeshua of Nazareth, as the light of the world. Jewish tradition also identifies the primeval light of the world from the first day of creation with the Messiah, that they're all tied together. The Torah tells us that God said, "Let there be light," to reveal that God will ultimately illuminate Israel with the light of Messiah, of whom it is written in Isaiah chapter 60 verse 11, "Arise, shine, for your light is come," the light, of course, being the Messiah. The verse, "Let there be light," teaches that God created the world through this light. For immediately after these words, the creation began. God created light in 4 days before He created the luminaries. The light of creation shone well before there was a sun, there was a moon, or even the stars. The Talmud tractate, Haggai 12a, says that when God saw that man's wickedness would prevail upon the earth, He removed the divine radiance from the world and concealed it for the pleasure of the righteous in the Messianic era and the world to come. This is the light of the Messiah, as it says in Genesis 1:4, and I quote, God saw the light, that it was good. This teaches us that before the world was created, God looked forward to the generation of Messiah and its deeds. He hid the primordial light for Messiah and his generation beneath his throne of glory. Darkness symbolizes Israel's state of exile and the spiritual state of the sinner. Fallen man is separated from God, blind to spiritual revolution, lost in a world of materialism. Light, on the other hand, symbolizes revelation, spiritual awakening, and the knowledge and glory of God. With the dawning of redemption, the light of Messiah shines forth. Hebrews 1:3 states that he is the radiance of God's glory. To put it another way, the glory of the Lord that rises on Zion or in Jerusalem with his appearing. 2 Corinthians 4:6 tells us, for God who said, light shall shine out of darkness, is the one who has shone in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of God in the grace of Messiah. Amen and amen. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you and give you peace. Amen, amen, and shalom.